Morning, everybody. How are you all doing? Good morning. The time is 8:38 in England. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. How is everybody doing today? It's the weekend. It's a Saturday, so we're all very happy. We're all happy on a Saturday. Has anyone got any plans today? If you're in the background, welcome. We are going to go through A2 words to C2 words. And the subject this afternoon is the Middle Ages, okay, which was a certain period in time in England, okay. Hello, good morning, guys. Good morning. How are we all? How's everybody doing? What we do is we start at A2 words and we finish at C2 words and we try to define them, make them our own and have a bit of fun while we do it, okay. How is everyone today? How are you all, guys? How is everybody? Hello, Kesa. How are you? How is everybody? The Middle Ages, so just so you know, is a certain time period many years ago in England. So we've got some really nice words to look at today. I hope everyone's doing well and I hope you've got a lovely weekend planned. Has anyone got any nice plans ahead? If you think that other people might benefit from these words, then just share the live. Good, a little bit tired, but good, thank you. Yeah, good. Always happy to be on these lives, put it that way, and see you all. The time here is 8:39. Welcome, good morning, Anchor, you all right? Welcome, Dee, how are you? How's everyone's day going? Hello, Bambi, you all right? That's very sweet of you. Okay, hey, morning, David, you all right, matey? I've just got my brew, we say in England. A brew can be like a hot drink, yeah, tea or a coffee. All right then, it's 9:40 in Poland, yeah, so you're 1 hour ahead. Okay, that makes sense. Welcome everybody. Tell you what, so that I can greet you all, in Estonia it's 10:40, awesome. Yeah, a brew, we sometimes say that, like a tea or coffee could be a brew. Thanks for the repost. So guys, let's just begin. Welcome everyone. Just pop in the comment section where everyone's from and I can welcome you. I'm a native speaker and this channel's all about learning English as an additional language. Also a cup of cha, yeah, cup of tea, lovely, cup of cha. Where's everybody from today? I'm from England, welcome, as is David. Where's everyone from? Estonia, super, lovely. Where's everyone from this morning? And I can welcome you. We're going to go through A2 words to C2 words, just as usual. If you want to learn English as an additional language, SW1, oh, very nice. SW1, is that, I'm trying to think now, is that where Wimbledon is? I can't remember. Wimbledon tennis, that is. South Africa, welcome. Iraq, welcome. Where's everybody from? Just type in the comment section so I can welcome you all. Where's everybody from? I'm from England, welcome. More people are flowing in now. If you're in the background and you're wondering what we're doing, it's all about learning English as an additional language for adults. Azerbaijan, welcome. Excellent. Excellent. Where's everybody from this morning? And then I shall begin. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. The subject today is the Middle Ages. Okay, so it's a certain time period in England. So there's some lovely words. Azerbaijan, land of fire. Super, excellent. You're from Mars. Okay, even better. Superb, excellent. France, welcome, beautiful. Where's everybody from this morning? And if you're in the background, just be brave. We're all friendly here. We're all friendly. Just type in the comment section where you're all from. Good morning. Yeah, thank you, Anchor, the Middle Ages, yeah. Welcome, everyone. Okay. Last time, where's everyone from? Okay. Where's everybody from? Slavery, yeah. Goodness me. Where's everyone from so I can welcome you? I'm good, Bambi. Yeah, very good. Thank you for asking. Always happy to do these lives. Okay, I shall begin. Otherwise, we won't ever finish. So we start off at A2 words, which are quite easy, and then we finish on C2 words, which are very hard, okay? So, the king lived in a castle. But what's a castle, guys? What's a castle? What is a castle, do you think? What's a castle? Oh, lovely. I bet the south of France is beautiful. The king lived in a castle. Anchor spelt it. Palace. What's a castle, guys? Can you put a castle in a sentence? Cappy's in. You all right, matey? What's a castle? A castle is a building. It is. What type of building? Medieval building made by stone. Superb. Yeah, excellent. What's a castle, guys? Who lives in a castle? It's a building. Yes, it is. But I'm in a building. Is that a castle? Hello, Anna. Welcome. The first word we've got today is castle. Okay, it's a noun. It's a noun. And I've just remembered there's somebody Ashraf that wants a learning buddy. No, it wasn't Ashraf. Sorry, it's not Ashraf. I'll have to look it up for later. A castle is a luxury and ancient building. A castle is royal related. Home of a princess. Absolutely right. Yeah. Excellent. Thanks for the follows, guys. If you like learning English, then just follow my channel. An ancient building, superb. Thanks for the share as well. The more you share, the more people can join us. What's a castle, guys? C-A-S-T-L-E, a castle. What is one? Place where the king resides, superb. A place belonging to, I'm not sure what Bordeaux is, I'm not sure. Dracula's castle in Transylvania, yes. I went to that castle, not the real one, the fake one, but it still looked amazing. What is a castle? Castle is a fortified home, usually for nobility, and guarded, secured in its grounds. Superb. A large building typical of the medieval period. Yeah, a royal building. Yes. Yes, citadel. Oh, lovely synonym there. Yeah, okay. A castle is like a large fortified building. Yeah, a large fortified building. That means a building that's old and it's got defensive walls. Yeah. Because it's fortified. Does that make sense? Castle. Welcome, Scar. You're right, matey. If you're enjoying this content, just give my channel a follow. It's all about learning English as an additional language. Castle. Is everyone okay with a castle? Yes, if you are. No, if you're not. It's the Middle Ages, which is a certain time period in English history. So we've got some really nice words to cover here. All right, we're all good with that? Yeah, all right, superb. So, next word. Now, this is a homophone, okay? So we're only going for a specific word for this homophone, okay? A specific meaning. It's a noun, okay? So a noun is a person, a place, or a thing. The knight protected the kingdom. The knight. Not as in good night, as in night time. This is a noun, a thing. So a person. The knight protected the kingdom. What is a knight? Thank you for spelling it. What's a knight? What is a knight? Knight in shining armour, the knight. Knight, what is one? What is one? What is one? Thank you, welcome Portugal. What is a knight? K-N-I-G-H-T. A soldier, good. The knight protected the kingdom, yes, superb. A soldier, excellent. Not sure, that's okay, that's what we're here for. A guy serving, protecting the realm, yeah. A soldier in medieval times, superb. You do have a knight in chess, absolutely. The person who protects his king or nobility, excellent. Royal guard, man who protects the realm. Security of the castle, yeah, a knight could defend the castle. Medieval warrior, I like that, defender, superb. A knight, I think we're all really good on this one. I won't spend ages. So, a knight is someone that wears sort of metal armour, yeah, and is a soldier, yeah. A soldier is a knight, but it's from the medieval period. Do they still exist? We have what's called a knighthood, yeah, where you can be knighted by the Queen, okay, but we don't have traditional knights that wear chainmail and swords, okay. Does that make sense? A knight. Good morning, Julia. You're right, matey. We're on the A2 level word, knight. The knight protected the realm. A man who served his lord as a mounted soldier. Yeah. Often knights are on horseback and they do jousts. Yeah, superb. Excellent. Does that make sense? Yes, if it does. No, if it doesn't. And we'll move on. If you enjoy learning English words, I nearly spilt my coffee there. Goodness me. If you enjoy learning English words, follow my channel and we have these lives where we learn with each other. Okay. They met the royal family. They met the royal family. But what does royal mean? What does royal mean? What does that mean? Royal. What does that mean? The royal family, royal. What is to be royal? Royal. Thanks for spelling it, Juliet. What does that mean, to be royal? If someone is royal, if I said as an example, I don't know, Juliet is royal, what does that mean? What does royal mean? Royal is everything related to the king, queen, nobility. They lived in a castle, yeah. Their majesty, royal, yeah. Princess, king, queen, you've got it, yeah. Excellent. Having the status of a king. With connection to the monarchy, yeah, superb, David. Blue-blooded, yeah. Royal, yeah. People that have special status because of their legacy. Yeah, absolutely majestic. Excellent. Don't ever apologise. That's okay. We're all here to learn. And if you're enjoying this, guys, just give my channel a follow. You'll learn lots of insightful English. There's loads of you in the background. What does royal mean? Have a go. Royal, you say. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Exactly. Royal. What does it mean? Can you put it into a sentence? Can you put it into a sentence, do you think? Royal. And then I shall move on. Royal. Can you put it into a sentence? King, yeah, you guys are good. You know all this. The paramount power. Oh, I like that. Good. It's alliteration as well. Royal family, queen. Yeah, excellent. Good, guys. So royal is connected to like kings or queens, yeah? Connected with a king or a queen would be royal, okay? So you'd have a royal wedding with like Prince William, superb. Yeah, the Royal Navy, so that's connected with the monarchy, like kings or queens in England. Yes, superb, guys. The Romanov family, yeah, they were royal. Superb. He doesn't want to be connected with the royal family. Yes, are you talking about Harry? The royal family lived in a fortified castle. Superb, guys. We're good with royal, aren't we? We can say goodbye to A2. So just type in the comment section B1 and we shall begin. Okay, we shall begin. Just check, guys, everyone's okay with royal, yeah? And we'll move on. B1, just type it for me. An opulent castle, beautiful. Yeah, that would be a superb looking castle, wouldn't it? Okay, we're ready. Is in the Royal Navy. No way, that's awesome. That is awesome. Okay, thanks for sharing that. We are ready. Yeah, the Royal Mail is a trusted delivery company. Yeah, superb, Rob. Okay, B1 now. It starts with a P and ends in a T. Most peasants worked on the land. Most peasants worked on the land. What is a peasant? It's a noun, okay? It's a type of person. What is a peasant? Very old English word. Get away from me, you peasant, shouted the Queen angrily. A farmer? You're right, Arena. We're on the word peasant, B1 word. Ordinary people? Excellent. What is a peasant? What's a peasant? Get off of me, you dirty peasant, shouted the King. A labourer? Superb. Peasant, yeah. Yeah, you've spelt it right. Peasant. What's a peasant? The social strata engaged mostly with work on land. Yeah, excellent. They lived in the countryside. Yes, a peasant. Peasant villagers. Yeah, superb. What's a peasant, guys? Can you put it into a sentence? Can you put it into a sentence? That's what I did. I like to play with words and put them in sentences. What's a peasant? Peasant, old English word there. Thanks for the follows, guys. If you enjoy learning English and different words, just follow my channel. So, peasant. What's a peasant? Nice, hard-working people. Yeah, I'd agree. What's a peasant? A villager. Superb. A worker. Excellent. These are all good. A peasant. Most peasants worked on the land. Classed as lower than middle class. Yeah, absolutely. Local peasant worked long hours. Excellent. Thanks, Jesse. I think your is it music? Yeah, you're very good at music. Redneck. Oh, yeah, redneck might be an American term. Yeah, superb. I only think of Blackadder's use of peasant. Yeah, very good. Okay, we're not going to spend ages on peasant. Peasant, think of a poor farmer. Yeah, think of a poor farmer. Poor as in don't have much money. Okay, yes, I am from England. So if you're trying to learn English, I just want to listen to a native speaker, follow my channel, and there's lots of insightful vocabulary for you. Like me, a hard worker. Oh, another synonym, a pauper. Rob, you won't be a peasant though. Okay, peasants mainly were in the Middle Ages. If you were to call someone a peasant, that would be very unkind, okay? They're poor farmers, okay, from the Middle Ages. Does that make sense, guys? A peasant. Does that make sense? Yes, if it does. No, if it doesn't. And if you want to share the live, more people may join us. I think we're good for peasant, aren't we? Yeah, superb. The pauper and the prince. Yeah, wonderful. Okay. Another word. Lovely word. Okay. So we'll go with the verb form. Okay. The verb. Well, it is a verb. The army conquered the city. The army conquered the city. CONQUERED E-R-E-D, conquered, conquered. What does that mean? To conquer. Thank you, Juliet. To take over, conquered, gain, to defeat, conquered, gain, excellent. What does it mean? Take over. The army conquered the city. To win, yeah, they won. Evade. To conquer, conquet, I think that is. Conquer. To take over, to win. Superb, guys, yeah. The army conquered those that were left standing in the castle. Defeat, excellent. Abolish, superb. Conquer is to win and rule, excellent. Annexation, oh, that's a lovely word. To annex. Now, to annex, I'll tell you about that, Cappy. It's very close to conquer, very close. But perfect use. Conquer for years, give freedom. Yeah, excellent. What is to conquer, guys? And if you're in the background and wondering what we're doing, we're defining English words, putting them in sentences and making them our own, okay? And we can learn from them. To conquer. To give freedom. You may conquer a group of people to then give them freedom, possibly. Dominance, yeah, excellent. To encroach, yeah, superb, excellent. Conquer the world, excellent. Okay. To conquer is to take by force. Yeah, literally to take over something, to attack something and take over. William the Conqueror, yeah, he shaped English history. I thought you might, David. I really thought you might mention playing conkers at school. The king planned the conquest. Yeah, superb, excellent, Cappy, excellent. And just to let you know, you've got conquered, which is to take by force. And then you've got, as Cappy mentioned, to annex. If you annex something, you take control, but you do it without fighting. Yeah, to annex something is to do it rather peacefully. Okay, that's the difference between to conquer and annex. Yeah, the army went to conquer the fortress. Yeah, excellent, superb. Is everyone okay then with that B1 level word, conquer or conquered? That one is, oh, what am I speaking at? It's probably C2, I would have thought, because I speak very quickly. I try not to, but I get too excited. Does that make sense? Yes, if it does. No, if it doesn't. If you find it useful learning from an English speaker, then just follow my lovely channel. Okay, we are here. We are on the third and final B1 word. Let's have a look. The town has medieval buildings. Now, this is a hard one to say correctly. Medieval. Yes, I am. I'm a native speaker. Welcome. Medieval. Thanks for spelling it, Juliet. What does that mean? The town has medieval buildings. Is a castle medieval? Think about it. What is medieval? What is it? What does it mean, though? What is it? What does it mean? The town has medieval buildings built within the Middle Ages, middle-aged, excellent, superb, old-fashioned. You got it, ancient, yeah. Well, be careful with ancient because strictly in England, when we say something's ancient, I think it has to be over 1,000 years old. So medieval may not be ancient, but it's very old, okay? The town has medieval buildings, superb, yeah. After ancient times. Just be really careful with ancient, guys, just because medieval is the Middle Ages, yeah? So ancient is like over 1,000 years. So the pyramids in Egypt, they're ancient. But a castle may not be ancient. It would be medieval. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Oh, thank you, David. Roughly 500 AD to 1500 AD. That makes sense to me. Thank you, David. Unique and ancient and old. An antique, superb, ancient buildings. Again, be careful with ancient. So medieval, the town has medieval buildings. Can you put medieval in a sentence then? Because you all know what it means. Medieval. Yeah, we're going to get harder. Don't worry, Innie. And if you're in the background and you haven't followed already, follow my channel and you'll learn some insightful English. Okay. Can you put it into a sentence? It was set in medieval times. Superb. Medieval. Excellent. I think we're all good. Relating to the Middle Age period of European history. Absolutely right. Is it really? Bob, I can't pronounce that. Borobudur? Sorry if I've butchered that. 1,000 years period of history. Thank you, Juliet. Perfect. Okay. Does that make sense? They studied medieval history. Brilliant. I went to a medieval festival. Yeah. And maybe you saw jousting or knights fighting. Yeah. School curriculums are somewhat medieval, may I say. She wants a photo shoot in a medieval castle. Yeah. Brilliant, Anna. Superb. There are many medieval towns here in Romania. I bet there are. Yeah. Superb, guys. Excellent. So, we've done medieval. Are you all good with that? Yes, if you are. No, if you're not. And if you're enjoying this, why not share it so people can come join us? Well, the pyramid is ancient. Yeah, be careful. In Egypt, the pyramid is ancient. Okay, it's older than medieval. It's older. Okay, right. We are on to. Oh, I love this word. I think this may be French, but then whenever I say it's French, you say it's Latin. So here we go. Okay. The castle was besieged. Besieged. The castle was besieged. What does that mean? Besieged. B-E-S-I-E-G-E-D. The castle was besieged on all sides by the knights in shining armour. Cursed, interesting. Besieged. What does it mean? What does it mean? Besieged. The castle was besieged. But what am I saying? What does that mean? Surrounded, super anchor, besieged. What might it mean? The castle was besieged on all sides. The culture was besieged. It was under attack. Superb. Excellent. What does besieged mean? Surrounded by enemies, to put into a long period of blocking. Besiege, surrounded. We've got some good ideas here already. Yeah, excellent. Besieged. If the castle was besieged, what's happening? A blockade. Superb. Could be. To be caught. Yeah, attacked. Excellent. Yeah. If the castle is being besieged. Assault. Yeah. Surrounded and attacked by the opposition. That is perfect, David. Excellent. What does it mean to be besieged? To be besieged. The castle was besieged. And nowadays, you would probably use it in a sense of the army, okay? Our encampment was besieged. They besieged the castle to take the king. Yeah, they besieged, so just put a D on the end, and that is perfect. If you're in the background wondering what's going on, we go through English words, make them our own, and learn from them. So if you want to learn English, follow my channel. Surrounded by enemies, brilliant, Anna. The massive enemy army moved to besiege the castle. Yes, surround, superb. The fortress was besieged. Excellent. Hello. If you're just joining us, we are on the B2 level word, besieged. Blockade. Well done. Excellent. I'm doing very well. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, superb. So if something is besieged, okay, it's surrounded on all sides. Yeah. It's surrounded on all sides, okay? So if the castle is besieged, it's being attacked this way and that way, on all sides, okay? On all sides. I've got this coffee cup, okay? What a terrible illustration, but there we go. If this is a castle, it's being attacked here, 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 and behind, yeah? It's being besieged all the way round. Does that make sense? Yes, if it does. No, if it doesn't. Yeah, you can in chess too. Yeah, absolutely. Well, you would argue that chessmate would be besieged because checkmate is when there's no escape. You're being surrounded on all sides. Yeah. Does that make sense, guys? Good, 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 good. Okay. I know quite a lot about this actually. This next word, interestingly enough. So this is a really lovely word. Feudal society had strict classes. Feudal is the word. Feudal society had strict classes. But what does that mean, to be feudal? What is feudal? So it's an old word to describe something. What is feudal? What do you think of? F-E-U-D-A-L. Feudal. Not quite wealthy. There would be wealthy people in a feudal society. But what do you think of when you think of things that are feudal? Yeah? What do you think? Welcome everybody in the background. If you enjoy this, learning English, follow my channel. Feudal is rich people. There are some rich people like medieval times. Ah, good. Historic term. Yes, it is. Absolutely. Development, yeah. Owners, you would have owners and nobles in feudal society. Nobles, you would have them. A special political system, absolutely, yeah, it certainly is. Not sure, that's okay. I'm sure plenty of you won't know about feudal societies. Society strongly classed with masters and subordinates. Superb, yeah. It is a bit, we see it now as primitive, yeah. Ruled by someone, yeah, you got rulers. You got rulers in a feudal society. Welcome everyone in the background. If you enjoy learning about feudal societies and English words, then just follow my channel. Excellent. What's that? I missed that one. A social system and economical of the Middle Ages. Yep, people who grew plants and animals, and there were rich people and there were poor labourers. Yeah, excellent. I don't know what you're asking. Please, can you say British people say this all the time? Oh, you're relating to my videos. Just watch a video. I'll say it again. Landlords. Yeah, there were definitely landlords. A structure of medieval society. Superb. Yeah. I've been having trouble with my accent. I would suggest listen back to a native speaker and then repeat. That will probably help. Well, it will help. Today is about history. Yesterday about geography. Yeah, the feudal lord collected yeases. Excellent. So, feudal. A feudal system, okay, because that's how we mention it, okay, has taxes, yeah. A feudal system was popular in the Middle Ages. So and actually later than that in Italy, just so you know, but there we go. Feudal society is where you'd have districts, yeah, areas. They'd be run by like a nobleman, or yeah, a noble person, that's what they called them, yeah. And you would have peasants at the bottom, yeah. So you would have your nobility at the top, your peasants at the bottom, and it was a division of society, okay. Division of society. Does that make sense? So you'd have barons, yeah, superb. In a feudal system, the peasants have to work for a nobleman, spot on, excellent, yeah. It's a type of old-fashioned district. So it's before democracy, yeah. And actually in Italy, I know for a fact that the feudal system continued a lot later, okay. Thus, they allowed the mafia to grow. But anyway, that's Italian history. We won't go into that. So yeah, relating to the feudal system, okay? Does that make sense? Super. No name, no I can't, I'm afraid. Sorry, we are continuing. I apologise. Now, we have completed B2, so thank you and well done. I say cheers. Where are you all from? It's time that I all asked you and welcomed you and said well done. Where's everybody from today? Yes, it will be B2. Yeah, excellent. I was going to say it's related to that show Badlands. Oh, I haven't seen it, but yeah, Barons, absolutely. No, that's okay, no name. That's fine, do not worry. Italy, welcome, come va? How are we? Working in the Middle East, super. Okay, excellent. Where's it? Dubai, gosh, it must be hot. It must be really hot. Juliet's in Essex. I think you're fibbing. Where's everybody from? Where's everybody from? And also, guys, to fib, when you say, oh, you're fibbing, that's like a nice, friendly way of saying you're lying, but it's a friendly way. Vietnam, welcome. Baki, is that? Thailand, superb. Indonesia, China, welcome. I don't get so many Chinese friends on here. Welcome, welcome. Ukraine, stay safe, superb. Excellent. Madrid, Spain. No name, that's a really hard one to answer. It depends. It's like how long's a piece of string. It's very hard to give a definite answer. Azerbaijan, Algeria, superb. Excellent. Algeria, Poland, welcome guys. Welcome, 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 welcome. Hello, welcome. Okay, Germany, superb, superb. Okay, we will continue then. If you enjoy these little chats and these little sessions, follow my channel and you'll learn lots of insightful English. Okay, hey, fellies in, you're right, matey. We are now on to C1, okay? So this one's a noun, so it's a person, a place, or a thing. And if you enjoy this, just share the live so more people can join, okay? William Wallace is from the medieval period. He certainly is. I'm good, felly. I hope you're doing well, matey. All right. The book was kept in a monastery. What is a monastery? Monastery. That's how we say it in England. But to spell it, monastery. M-O-N-A-S-T-E-R-Y. Okay? What is a monastery? It's a noun. Welcome, Thailand. It's a noun. Okay? House for a monk. Superb. A monk would live in a monastery. Yeah, superb. Similar to a church where monks live. Secretive. A saintly place. Monastery. Abbey. Yeah, superb. Monastery. But it's bigger. I'm not sure what you mean. Nunnery. Yeah, absolutely. The synonyms are coming out now. You guys, I want this in a sentence then, guys, because you're doing really well. Therefore, the movie Braveheart is a depiction. Yes, a religious place where monks live. Yeah, superb. There is a great, unique monastery in Bangaranga. I think you're referring to Bulgaria, because the winner of Eurovision was that was the song, wasn't it? Bangaranga. A monk played at the monastery. Superb. The place where can only be men or women in a monastery. But what type of man or woman? A holy place. Superb. Excellent. A place where nuns live. Superb. A monastery. What does it mean, guys? Can you put it into a sentence? And I'll move on. This is supposed to be, well, it is. It's a C1 level word. So well done. You've all got there. Superb. And if you're in the background and you like learning about words such as monastery, follow my channel. Monastery, a quiet place where monks or nuns live, pray, and practice their religion. There is one for men only in Greece. Okay, yeah, I'm sure there are. The monastery was a sacred building. Yes, superb. Okay. Do you mean shrine? You may have a shrine in a monastery. Yeah, excellent. Superb. So, monastery. That is a place where monks live, okay? A monastery. It's where monks live. We tend to use a nunnery for nuns, okay? So monastery is mainly for monks, okay? Male servants of Christianity, if that makes sense. If you're in the background and you're enjoying this, follow my channel for more insightful English. So does that make sense? A monastery, it's a place where monks live. Yeah, monks, religious monks. Yeah, does that make sense? It's where they live, a monastery. Yeah, monks can grow crops as well. They certainly can. They can tend to the gardens. Yeah, does that make sense? Yes, if it does. No, if it doesn't. And if you're in the background, guys, and you're not sure of a word, just say no, because then I can help you, okay? I am British. Yeah, welcome. What we do here is we define English words. We make them our own. We play with them, okay? And thus we learn. Excellent. All right. We are on to our second C1 word. This is a nice one. The blacksmith forged a sword. Yeah? So to forge is the verb. What does that mean? To forge a sword. So that is F-O-R-G-E. Yeah? The blacksmith forged a sword. But what am I saying? What does that mean? What does that mean? Forge, create, superb. What does it mean? What does that mean? Forge, sharpen, interesting. To forge, build, good. What does it mean? Can any of you forge something, I wonder? To make, superb. To shape the metal into goods while experiencing the high temperature, brilliant. Yeah, excellent. Smithing, yes. To make or shape something, especially metal, by heating it and hammering it. Superb. Use of hot tools, yes. To make something look similar to a real thing. Furnace, excellent. Literally the blacksmith's place. Superb. To hammer, you would need to hammer if you are forging a sword. Melt down, then shape. Brilliant, Bruce. Superb. We can forge documents. Yes, we can. That's a slightly different use of it, certainly, but yeah, you can. You can forge a tool from blacksmithing. Brilliant. Absolutely. Forge. And if you're in the background and you like learning English words, just give my channel a follow. It's very insightful. Excellent. Forge is to create. Superb. Superb. Figuratively, yeah, to make or create. You can use it figuratively. A blacksmith's workshop. Superb. Excellent. To forge a sword. Superb. And remind me at the end of this live, I've got to remember a name. I've got to remember someone's name. I'm hoping it's going to come back to me. They asked for me to do a shout out for them to have a partner to speak with for English. Okay, anyway, to forge is shaping metal by heating it and hammering it, yeah? To forge. So in the Middle Ages, to forge a sword is to create a sword, yeah? You'd have the liquid metal, you'd pour that out, and then when it cools, you would hammer it, yeah? To forge. Knights need to forge to repair. Yes, you might need to repair something by forging also. Wielding. Now, wielding is when you're moving something. So you would wield a hammer. That's wielding a hammer, yeah? Wielding. You could wield a sword, yeah? If you're going like that with a sword. That's to wield, okay? You can forge glass. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can forge glass. Generally in the Middle Ages, it was generally metalwork. Does that make sense, guys? Yes, if it does. No, if it doesn't. To forge, yeah? Does that make sense? But don't forget to wield, yeah, is to move something around, like a dagger, a knife, a sword. Yes. Superb. Okay. Can we use forge today? Absolutely. Yeah, you can do. Yeah, you can. Are you ready? Yes, if you are, and no, if you're not. The employee forged a jersey in a garment. Yeah, I mean, you can use it, but there are better words nowadays. I would say create rather than forge. But in a different way, you can forge a signature, yeah, or forge money. That's a different take on it. That's where you're faking something, yeah. Does that, and forging money would be creating fake money, yeah? So to forge something in that respect means fake, okay? To fake. But we're going to stick with the medieval theme. I try to keep it to the theme because the problem with English is you can run away with it and there's so many different meanings for so many different words. Okay, are you ready? We will have the second, what are we on now? Oh, we're on our last C1 word. This is lovely. Many of you here are chivalrous, okay? He was chivalrous and brave, yeah? He was chivalrous and brave. Let me spell that slowly. chivalrous, chivalrous. But what does that mean? Chivalrous. What does it mean to be chivalrous? What does it mean? If I'm saying to you, you're chivalrous, what is that? It's with a C, weirdly enough. chivalrous. Weird one. Because you should think chivalrous, but you don't. You say chivalrous. It's a language it's hard to make sense of sometimes. I know, it is. So we've got shame. Good go. Chivalrous. Means being polite, honourable and respectful. Superb. Excellent. To be chivalrous. Knights were known as being chivalrous. Noble, excellent. To be chivalrous, polite, excellent. Noble, superb. Chivalrous, what does it mean though, guys? Gallant, oh, what a lovely word that is. Generous, superb. Wasn't it brave? To be chivalrous. A knight can be chivalrous, yeah? Well, I said he was chivalrous and brave, but what does chivalrous mean? Gentle, honourable. Many of you are chivalrous. Brave and have values. Good. Gentle. Yeah. Chivalrous. What do you think of? To behave in the highest manner of etiquette. Yes. Superb, David. A gentleman. They would be a gentleman if they are chivalrous. A chivalrous knight. Yeah. Now, excellent. Good morning, guys. Welcome. If you're in the background wondering what we're doing, we go through A2 words to C2 words to find them in English and learn from them. Benevolent. Yeah. A good man. Noble. Yeah. If you're chivalrous. Superb, guys. Noble, you've got there. They're fair, yeah, noble, brilliant. So you can definitely use chivalrous nowadays, but only if you're being like really polite about someone, okay? So if the knight was chivalrous, they're very noble, they're kind, they've got very good etiquette. That means they say please, they say thank you, and they are honourable, okay? Having the ideal qualifications of a medieval knight. Superb, yeah. So James Bond, chivalrous. I'm going to say it's a tricky one. It depends which James Bond you go for there. Some people will see James Bond as chivalrous. Some people will see James Bond as a womanizer. So I've got to be careful there. Okay, chivalrous. So if someone is really noble, really kind, really helpful, they are chivalrous, yeah? The chivalrous knight protected the peasants from robbers. Brilliant, excellent. Well done, guys. So chivalrous were medieval gentlemen. Medieval gentlemen were chivalrous, yeah? To be kind and polite. Excellent. A gentleman is chivalrous. Yeah, superb. Robin Hood. Yeah, we'll go for Robin Hood, David. Yeah. Robin Hood was chivalrous. Is that a daily word? Depends who you're describing. Yeah. Courteous. Excellent. You've got all these synonyms as well. Sir William Marshall was chivalrous. I'm trying to think. I'm ignorant now. I'm trying to think. I should know who William Marshall is, but I can't think. Okay. Well done, guys. Does that make sense? He treated with respect and old-fashioned chivalry. Superb. Excellent. Well done. Okay. Yes, if it makes sense. No, if it doesn't. The new employee is so chivalrous. Beautiful. Yeah. Wonderful. Of course you can use that. Excellent. I study at the Civil Aviation Academy. Want to practice your English language? Well, follow this channel. It will help with general vocabulary. Okay. All right. Superb. We are ready. Oh gosh, we're on to C2 already. It's gone quickly. So if you are ready for C2 level, then just type in C2 for me. Goodbye C1, see you C1. Hello C2. Okay, C2, C2. C2, I see you too. All right. We are ready. And if anyone's wondering what we're doing in the background, we are defining A2 words and C2 words in English, understanding them, putting them in sentences and having a bit of fun. Okay, C3. There isn't a C3, weirdly enough. All right, I digress. So, the king defended his sovereignty. Sovereignty. But what does that mean? S-O-V-E-R-E-I-G-N-T-Y. Sovereignty. Thanks for spelling it, Scar. Independence, superb, sovereignty. Yeah? What does it mean? Territory? Yeah? What does it mean? The king defended his sovereignty. Many of you, all of you I would have thought, live in a sovereign country, or 99% of you. What is a sovereign country? Yeah? What does it mean? The king defended his sovereignty, authority, independence, integrity, peaceful, freedom, sovereignty, independence, superb, sovereignty, freedom, not conquered, correct, independent country, superb, yeah, superb, you know it. Sovereignty means the power and right of a country to govern itself. Yes, spot on, excellent. I wonder if you've seen Mr. Google or you're just a genius. Okay, sovereignty, independent country, brilliant, yeah, superb. You guys are doing really, really well today. So excellent. Sovereignty. Stat. Can non-natives reach C2? Of course you can. Of course you can. Loads of people on here are C2 and above. Self-rule, under nothing or no one else. Control themselves, but nobody controls them. We say it sovereignty. Okay, interesting. Sovereignty. The supreme power of the state. Independent, you've got it. Thanks for the follows. If you enjoy learning English, just follow my channel. Autonomy. Whoa, what a synonym. That might be the synonym of the day. You are absolutely right, Cappy. Autonomy. Sovereignty, no one can control, being lawful. Excellent, well done. So, if something is sovereign, okay, you have your own authority, yeah? If a nation is sovereign, it's owned by itself. Yeah, it's freedom. Yeah, a sovereign country has like democracy, rule of law, and the people rule the country. Yeah, you are free in yourself. You are sovereign. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. It's a bit of a weird one. Yeah. So if you're a sovereign country, then you are independent. Okay. Poland got back its sovereignty in 1980 after 123 years. Really? I love that. I didn't know that. Can it describe people or just a place? You can have sovereign feelings or feelings of sovereignty. Yeah, you can. So it can be both. Okay. I don't think there is a sovereign country in the world. All of them are controlled by a lobby. You could also argue that. Okay. I don't really get into politics, but I just want the idea of having sovereignty, being sovereign. Okay. Independence by an inalienable right. Yeah, superb. Excellent. We were 500 years under Turkish slavery. I did know that. The Ottomans, wasn't it? The Ottoman Empire. Sorry, guys, we're digressing, but I love history, you see, and I find it fascinating learning about all of your history. If you're in the background, this is an English channel, so we go through A2 to C2 words, learning, understanding, making it our own. Okay, we are ready then. Does that make sense? Sovereignty, yeah, to be sovereign, Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Okay, good. Right. This is another lovely word. Okay. We've had a synonym earlier. The castle was the last bastion. Bastion. The word is bastion. So what does that mean? B-A-S-T-I-O-N. Bastion. And I'm not being rude. It's not a rude word. What is a bastion? The castle was the last bastion. It's simpler than you think. Some of these C2 words, they're simple, really. Bastion. What is a bastion? Oh, Cappy's in their fort. Last surviving place. Excellent. Goodness me, you're doing really well. Hello, welcome. We're on the C2 word, bastion. So what does it mean? A castle. Superb. Safe haven. Excellent. Standing. It needs to be standing. What is a bastion? I've said the castle was the last bastion. Fortress, superb. A king may be in the bastion. Defense, excellent. So bastion is a noun. It's a place. A place. I don't know why I'm speaking like that this morning. A fort, a part of an old fortification. Shelter, wall, excellent. William Wallace, superb. Military installation, citadel, you guys have got it. A place that protects people from attack. Excellent. That's okay. And if you're in the background, that's all right just to listen to a native speaker because I speak quite quickly. So if you can understand what I'm saying, you are advanced. Okay. It was built to defend. Yeah. Excellent. Bastion. 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 I hope that makes sense. Sorry, people, I bet you have just joined now and thinking this is a mental channel. A simple stronghold. Excellent. Stronghold. You are perfect. So are you. You are speaking very clearly and not quickly. Okay, well, that's good to know. The Great Wall of China is a long-standing bastion. Brilliant. The last bastion of traditional culture in our region. Goodness me. You're like Z level, Cappy. All right. So a bastion is a fortified stronghold. Oh, what's he banging on about now? A castle could be a bastion. It's the place of where you're finally defending somewhere is a bastion. Yeah. So a castle can be a bastion. The castle was the last bastion. It's the last fortification. It's the last place to defend. Yeah. So a bastion is the last place to defend. Yeah. The castle was a strong bastion. I wouldn't use it in that sense. Indonesia has a bastion tradition. You've got to think it's got to be a place, yeah, where it's the last defense. Okay. That's okay. No, you're welcome. The last line, yeah, the bastion. Okay. A bastion is a place that holds the flags of the country. You could do. If it's the last defensive position, yeah? Greetings, welcome. Yes, easy word. Okay, does that make sense, guys? Bastion. And I'm not saying it's short for Sebastian. I'm a bastion of calm during the chaos. Yes, you are, Cappy. Well done. Okay, does that make sense? Yes, if it does. No, if it doesn't. No, not always the last. not always the last. Strictly, it's just a fortified stronghold. So a castle is a bastion, but often in English, we say the last bastion. Okay, awesome. Well, goodness me, we are on to our final C2 word. Okay, now, this is a really long and difficult word to say, but you can get there, okay? You can get there. Ecclesiastical law shaped society. Ecclesiastical. 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 Now, you spell it just like David has. David, I don't know if you know how to pin them, but that's perfect. Ecclesiastical. Ecclesiastical. Ecclesiastical law-shaped society. Oh, excellent, Mario. A church thing, religious. Ecclesiastical. Church-related. Goodness me, look at all you C2 levels. Celestial, religious, excellent, holy, related to the church, superb, churchly, yeah. Would a monk live in a ecclesiastical building? Yeah, he would. Yes, he definitely would. Ecclesiastical, yeah. I've been learning English for 9 years. Good, keep going, keep going. Ecclesiastical. Yeah, can you put that into a sentence? Don't worry if you misspell it. Can you just maybe put it into a sentence? Where many religious institutions or buildings are located. Yeah, excellent. Related to the church. Superb. The monk lived in an ecclesiastical building. It was called a monastery. Relating to the church. Ecclesiastical law. Superb, Susu. Yeah, so ecclesiastical law might be the law of the church. Spiritual, yeah. In medieval society, the church ran half the social way of life. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, think about it. In the medieval times, the reason you've got stained glass windows is because no one could read. So they had to go through the stories through the stained glass windows. Fascinating. Okay. Well done, guys. You've done superbly today. You've done really, really well. Ecclesiastical. What it means is it relates to the church. Yeah. So anything to do with the church is ecclesiastical. This is an ecclesiastical icon. Depends what this is. Okay. Going along the Old Testament lines, not necessarily. It could be the New Testament. It's just the church itself. The Pope held immense ecclesiastical power across Europe. Yes, he did. Some might argue he still does. The museum has many ecclesiastical objects. Perfect. Yeah, brilliant. The Vatican City is ecclesiastical. Yes. The conqueror managed to annihilate the ecclesiastical bastion and took the capital's sovereignty. My goodness, Avatar. Wow, wow, wow. That is wonderful. I don't know why that's been hidden. It's not me. Trust me. That's wonderful. Excellent. Does that make sense, guys? Ecclesiastical. Yes, if it does. No, if it doesn't. Ecclesiastical. And if you're in the background and you haven't followed so far, follow my channel. You'll learn some lovely, insightful English words. Okay. Yeah. Superb, superb. Bishops gathered to debate the complexity of ecclesiastical law. Superb. Get that one on Mastermind. Yeah, exactly. Superb. The alchemist, the shepherd boy slept in that place. The alchemist and the shepherd slept in that place. Could do. Yeah, excellent. Well done. You've all been awesome today. Have I got a quick, I'm going over time here, but that's okay. I'll do one metaphor then. What if I said to you, let me think. Picture this scene, okay? No, I'm going to just go for this one. She thought he was a knight in shining armour. What does that mean? She thought he was a knight in shining armour. Okay, what is a knight in shining armour? What does that mean? Thank you, mister, that's really kind. Her prince, a protagonist, I would have thought so. A knight in shining armour. Yeah, it's an expression. It's an expression. Quite an old expression, but we still use it. A brave man. So I might be my sister's knight in shining armour if I pick up a spider and put it outside because she's scared of spiders. She thought that he was her ideal man. Prince Charming, a saviour, the best. Was a brave man who would save or help her. Knight in shining armour, an ideal man. Absolutely right. A protector, yes, superb. A knight in shining armour. What does it mean? A wise, someone that's wise. We still use it in English today. A knight in shining armour. A deliverer, superb. The dream man, yeah, wise. He acted like her knight in shining armour. Yeah, maybe someone's not being honest. A champion, a heart of gold, nerves of steel, and a knob of butter. Fantastic. A blue-blooded hero. Goodness me. Yeah, could be. A knight in shining armour. He felt really optimistic and being in his prime. How can we differentiate between C1 and C2 words? I don't have an answer for that, honestly, because sometimes I look at C1 words and I think they're harder than C2 words, okay? So, a knight in shining armour is someone that rescues someone else, yeah? Rescues or helps someone else. Comes to save them, yeah? The knight in shining armour. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, guys? Yes, if it does. No, if it doesn't. I don't know why my voice just went. Maybe my voice is signalling me to stop. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah, it does. She thought he was a knight in shining armour, but, oh, we've gone over the hour because I've got to do this weird security thing. Yep, I passed it. Good. She waited for a knight in shining armour. She thought he was a knight in shining armour, but he was just looking for his lost phone. Oh, I like that. Yeah, it's a nice scene. To be brave or courageous. Superb. Excellent. Excellent. Wise. You could have knowledgeable. A synonym for wise would be knowledgeable. Yeah. Okay, you guys have done really well, so well done. I will do another live later. I'm not sure at what time because everything's a bit weird at the moment. If you haven't followed my channel and want to learn some insightful English, follow my channel and we will have some fun. Okay, thank you guys. Have a lovely, lovely day. Stay safe. Enjoy the sunshine. It's the weekend and I will see you later. Thank you again to all my lovely moderators. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are all awesome. And look after yourselves. All right, I will see you later. All right. Take care, guys. See you later.